parents brought me up. They're like, whatever you want to do, we'll be supportive.
Have you ever been a teacher? Have you ever taught drums?
No. Well, when I was in college, I taught high school and taught other college students, but no, I never. I've done some workshops. Mm-hmm. I've done clinics, but no, I don't teach privately. I might get into that, now that I have time. I'm not on the road like I was. I certainly could. I mean, I have a music degree. I know how to teach. But honestly, I was so busy doing sessions and touring that I honestly just didn't have that kind of time. But right. It's something I probably will get into more now. And I've got a great drum studio at my house, and so I certainly have the setup to do it. And I have given lessons on occasion. I have given some private lessons on occasion. It's just not something I'm doing on a weekly basis,
Maybe an online course.
Mm. Well, there you go. That's a great. I've been asked about that, and I've been asked. I know a lot of guys do Skype, and FaceTime, like you and I are doing. And that's very common. So that's something I might get into. I'll just have to figure out what I want to focus. I'm all over the map. So maybe I should just focus on, focus on session work and focus on teaching people what to listen to and how to listen and, a day in the life kind of stuff. Here's what to expect on recording sessions.
Writing down to some of our final questions here. Do you think we all have an artist inside of us or a creative inside of us?
Do I think that we do?
Yes. All humans, do we have this creative side inside of us?
That's a great question. I guess so, in their own special way, because, obviously, people are given different gifts and different amount of, and some I think we do. It's funny. I've never been asked that because I'm so used to being around wildly talented, super creative people all the time, and that's just by good fortune and luck. So those are the people I interact with most of the time. But there again, I guess there are I know there are other people who might seem creative on the outside, but surely they find ways in their own special way. I don't know whether you think about people who are not artistic, but all right, you tell me, or someone who's building something, surely there's some art form to that. Have you ever built a house? I've built 2 houses, and I can tell you there's some creative process going into that carpenter and that electrician and that plumber. Mm-hmm. With them every day and watching them do it. And it's creative, but there has to be an art form to all of that, So I don't know. I guess I can't speak for everybody, but I would like to think everybody has some creative, artistic talent or ability in there. I would like to think. It seems there would be. I don't know. I'm lucky. I don't think about it because I'm around it all the time. I'm immersed in it, so I don't think. That's
great.
I'll probably call you tomorrow and have a whole lot better answer.
No, that's okay. Hey, that's a good answer. I wish I was around the creative community as much as you. Maybe someday. We're working on it. All right, advice for future drummers. What would you tell them?
Well, this would go for any musician, but future. Practice, and this honestly goes for any musician. Practice as much as you can possibly practice, and equally important is listen to as much music as you do, and as often as you can listen to, and listen to everything you can listen to. That was one thing that's really paid off for me. It was that as a kid, I listened to a lot of different music. And that paid off for me in that when I was, fast forward later in life, as a touring guy and a recording guy, when I was asked to play stuff, I was at least familiar enough with it to know that I could go down the right direction. I could go down the right road musically. It's like, just listen to everything. Expose yourself to everything. And by everything, I mean every kind of style you'll hear on the radio, and classical and jazz and music from New Orleans and blues, and just listen to everything you can listen to, because it just pays off for you. Even if you don't become an expert in everything, you don't have to, but at least be familiar with it. It can only help you, and it's like, especially the horn players, the guys that are trained classically and play jazz. That's all great and wonderful, but my buddy Jeff Coffin, the sax player, has been playing in the Dave Matthews Band all these years. And that guy knows how to play everything, but here he is playing for Dave Matthews, playing in a rock band, it's a rock band. But listen to everything, be exposed to everything. I mean, here I was in music school listening to everything, and I'm playing frat parties, and I'm playing, the Police and Oingo Boingo and Memphis and Muscle Shoals stuff. And the next day, I'm in the pit playing South Pacific and West Side Story and playing all this stuff. It's like, just listen to everything you listen to and practice, because it's very competitive. And just know someone better than you is putting in more hours and practicing longer than you are. That should motivate you to practice as much as you can possibly. And practice efficiently. It's not about putting in 8 hours. It's about making the most of the time that you have. I would rather practice efficiently for 3 hours and have a goal than I would for 8 hours and be screwing around and messing around and wasting time. I work on this. And that's the way. Now I don't have a lot of time now, so if I can bang out something in 30 minutes or an hour, that's way more constructive and efficient for me than having 3 hours. I go in there with a mission. I know exactly what I'm going to work on, and that's what I work on, that 30 minutes or 45 or whatever I have. So to this day, that's how I practice. So that's my advice.
That's good advice. Very good. Are there any ways that people can view your work online or just connect with you online?
Oh, with me? For people, yeah. I mean, our band website, Sixwire.com. It's all spelled out. S-I-X, Sixwire. Of course, I'm on Facebook, Chuck D. Tilley. D is in David. Chuck D. Tilley, T-L-L-E-Y. I'm on Facebook. A lot of people reach me on Facebook, Instagram, Chuck Tilley Drums. But I'm reading website, so my website, I don't have a website up right now, but most people get me through Facebook and through the Sixwire website. Mm-hmm. Also, Drums has a huge website, and I'm under the artist page, Chuck Tilley, on Pearl Drums, for you drummers out there who, a lot of drummers go to that site all the time.
The Pearl Drums website?
Yeah, pearldrums.com.
Okay.
Yeah, you can find it out.
He's out there.
Not hard to.
Yeah, and lots of YouTube videos, which I watched.
Yeah. A lot of YouTube stuff, yeah.
It's great stuff. You'll see who he's played with on stage. It's awesome stuff. All right. That brings us to our final question. This one is kind of deep, but why not? Well, the question is, why does art matter?
Wow. That's a great question, in that, boy, never has that been proven more true than right now today and what we're going through. what we're going in, with the world being quarantined and told to stay at home. You think about that. Why does it matter? Well, I think it matters greatly in that you see, why does it matter? You see these people just so upset and just sad and angry, and me included, and depressed over the fact that we can't go see a concert. We can't go see a show. We can't go to a Broadway play, or go to the theater, or see a play, or go to a movie. So why does it matter? I don't know. I think besides being, it's entertainment. It's an escape for people. It's the arts in general. Or even going to a museum and looking at paintings. I mean, or to a natural history museum. I think the arts in general matter greatly to people. Maybe it's just in people's DNA or in their soul, but it seems to me there's a lot of people out there that are really missing the arts in general, all of it, dance, theater, music, every bit of it. It's just online and seeing what people are discussing, and seeing people are truly sad that they can't just pick up and go to a show or a movie or whatever, So why I can't really explain the. It seems to me that it's just in people's soul or in their heart that art matters to them. Maybe it's because it's an escape. Or maybe it's because it's just entertainment, or maybe it's because it gets their mind off whatever's going on in the world at the time. I don't know. I can't really come up with one reason why it matters, but it seems to me it does matter. It seems to be important to people. And not only artistic people, but just the normal civilians who have normal jobs, and who that's such a big part of their world, that's their escape, is going to concerts and going to see all that stuff. So maybe I'm not explaining the why.
I think you just did. The absence of it is the why, really. It seems like.
It's the absence. Yeah, the absence of it. I mean, so it's been proven beyond a doubt the past 4 months. That's been proven that it matters. So I hope these venues and theaters will all of this and still be standing when we come out of this, so we still have a place to perform.
Yes.
Next year, I hope they all survive. I'm praying for it daily. Trust me. It's I don't know what we would do if there wasn't. You think of New York City. You think of all those wonderful theaters where the singer, dancer, actors perform, and those wonderful music venues. Like the Troubadour in L.A. For God's sakes. I've gotten to play there, and there's so many venues here in Nashville. I all these people are going to do if some of these venues don't survive. So I pray that they all do. And so I'll just leave my answer at that I think is extremely important. And obviously it matters to a lot of people, because, boy, what I'm seeing online is that the absence of it is really affecting people.
Absolutely. But that's what this is for, to let people know that your art matters. Drumming is an art, of course. Music is always an art. And yes, they all matter. Well, thank you so much, Chuck, for taking the time to talk with me, sharing your story, and it's been great.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure, and I hope people can get past the language barrier and understand my Southern accent. So.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Alex. I enjoyed it very much.
And there you have it. Wow. What a career. I admire that so much, that